brands. Today I'm going to be sharing this look using all Black owned beauty brands, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about these incredible brands. Some of these I already had in my collection, some of these are brand new to me. I either purchased them or they were sent to me, and I cannot wait to tell you guys all about these brands because they're incredible and they just work so beautifully for my skin tone, so I know you guys are going to love them. As always with these beauty videos, you know, like makeup videos that I share, this is going to be a very chill video, but before I do that, I do have to take a quick second to discuss everything that is happening in our country recently, but also that's been happening for years. The death of George Floyd, which happened a few weeks ago, was so extremely tragic, just so hard to watch, and if you have seen that video, you know it did something to you. Like for me, I remember watching it and I just could not shake it out of my head, you know, and I just kept like thinking, I can't imagine being afraid for my life or my life being taken away just based on the color of my skin, you know, and that is the reality for Black people living in this country. And it is so unfortunate, and I have to say this here, that I'm a full supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm an ally and I want to support the whole community as much as I can. And, you know, again, a few weeks ago, I remember feeling like, well, I'm just one person, I can't do anything. And I think I talked about this on Instagram. But then I realized that I actually can do so much to support the Black Lives Matter movement and every Black person out there. The first thing is, of course, to vote. That is the #1 step to actually make change happen for the long term. The second thing I want to say is to amplify the voices of the Black community. You know, a lot of people, when I was talking about this a few weeks ago on my Instagram, were writing things like #AllLivesMatter, and I want to believe in my heart that everyone that wrote that, you know, was coming from a good place. No one is disagreeing with you, because of course all lives matter. For a lot of people, Black lives don't matter. They exclude Black people, which is why situations and unnecessary deaths keep happening, because for a lot of people, like I said, Black lives don't matter. So how can all lives matter when you're excluding a large group of people? You know, if you just process that simple statement and understand it, it kind of will give you a different perspective. And the last way you can show your support to the Black community is by purchasing their products and supporting their businesses. And I'm so excited because, like I said, all the products I'm wearing on my face today are Black owned beauty brands, and I love them for my skin tone, and I know you guys are going to fall in love with them as well. Last thing I'm going to say before we get into the actual makeup tutorial is 100% of the proceeds from the AdSense in today's video I'm going to be donating to an organization that supports the Black Lives Matter movement. So thank you so much to everyone that is clicking on this video and watching it. If you want to know the organization, I'm going to put the name right here and also link it. So that's going to be the first thing you're going to see in the description box below. So thank you again, everyone that is watching this video. With all that being said, we're just going to jump right into the actual video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my face first, then we'll do the eyes. I have no idea what I'm going to do to the eyes today, but definitely something like different but wearable, whatever that means. Okay, so let's get started with SPF, and this is the brand that I'm going to be using today. So this is the Black Girl Sunscreen. It's SPF 30, and it is infused with jojoba and avocado. Now, I just discovered this brand when I was researching Black-owned brands. Fine, completely clear SPF that's actually really pleasant to use. Anyway, I got this, and then I love it. You can see it blends out right away. I honestly would describe it more as a face moisturizer than an SPF, or that's what it feels like. It's so nice on the skin, leaves behind such a beautiful glow. And you know, like some SPFs have that like sunscreen smell. You guys know what I'm talking about. This doesn't have that. So if you are looking for really moisturizing, hydrating SPF that actually feels more like a face moisturizer, check this brand out, and you can actually find this brand at your local Target as well. For foundation, I'm actually going to use two here. So this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr. You guys, I broke the pump of this, but I can still get some out. I wonder if I can find like a new pump. I know like Estee Lauder sells their own pumps, so I'm wondering if I can actually find one from Fenty, because I have so much left of the foundation. We'll talk about Fenty Beauty in just 1 second, but I also just want to add a little pump of the McGrath because I do also really like what Pat McGrath is doing with her brand as well. So thought I would just mix the two together and we'll use that for more like lighter coverage today. So you guys remember when Fenty Beauty came on the market? I don't even know when that was now. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Feels like yesterday, but it also feels like forever ago. But anyway, they launched with 40 shades of foundations and a few other products as well. But the focus was complexion. And I just have to say, like, 40 shades was definitely not anything new to the market. There was existing brands. I want to say MAC, Makeup Forever, Cover FX that had, I might be wrong with like a few brands, but like they had 40 shades, except Fenty came on and they just highlighted those 40 shades, you know, and they were so inclusive. They still are so inclusive. And I know that Rihanna doesn't own the brand entirely, but she is the face of the brand, you know, and she made it so inclusive. And in the beauty industry, it's called the Fenty effect. And every brand I remember at that point was like trying to be like Fenty, you know, they really kind of like shook the industry. And I also remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but like all of the darker shades in the Pro Filtr were completely sold out. And for the longest time, the argument, or I should say the excuse, a lot of beauty brands made the excuse for not catering to all skin tones, especially darker skin tones. And they would say like, you know, we only make what we can sell through, you know, especially because for a retailer, you only have like a limited shelf space. Well, Fenty completely proved that wrong because I remember seeing so many pictures of all the darker shades completely gone. And it was just like so cool to see, you know, so huge shout out to Fenty. They really definitely created a big shift in the industry. Okay, now let's move on to concealers, and I have two here, both from Pat McGrath. I think I'm going to go in with the lighter shade today, M16. I also have M17, so if you're looking for something that's a little bit closer to your skin tone, if you're close to my skin tone, get M17. But I'm going to use M16 today because I really want to highlight underneath my eyes. I love this concealer. Oh my gosh, the more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. First of all, you can see it blends out so quickly, and the coverage is like full coverage. And it just looks so natural on the skin. I love it. And even though this is a few shades lighter than my skin tone, you can see it blends into the foundation perfectly. So I would say this is a great concealer choice if you are looking for a full coverage concealer that doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel cakey, super high quality. You only need a little bit of product. I would say get this shade. All right, now let's talk about this powder here from Beauty Bakerie. And this is in the shade Cassava. This says yellow. And this does have like a very light yellow undertone. I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up. I have heard such great things about Beauty Bakerie and this specific powder. And I really agree with all of the hype. It does such a beautiful job at setting my under eye makeup, and my concealer does not crease at all throughout the day. This color specifically, I absolutely love for my skin tone because can you guys see how it almost just like blurs out underneath your eyes and sets the concealer so perfectly? I really love it. It also like really brightens up underneath the eyes. If you guys are close to my skin tone, get this exact shade. It is beautiful. Now, I'm not really gonna set my face because I do want to use this Fenty Beauty Matchstick. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Matchstick in Truffle to also contour my face. And when you go in and mix like powder with cream, it can tend to get like really patchy. So I'm just gonna go in, because I use the liquid foundation, I'm gonna go right on top and just lightly contour. I'm just taking it with like a little blending brush like this and blending it back and forth in place to create like that soft contour. So I did my blush off camera, and now for my highlight, I'm gonna use again the Fenty Beauty. This is the Kilowatt in Hustla Baby, which is this shade right here. You guys know with my highlight, I normally prefer them to be like champagne gold. And this is more of like a, I would say it's like a combination of rose gold and champagne gold, but on the skin, it is so stunning. And of course, I do like to bring it all the way up by my brows and down like right here. So we create like this C shape like this, and this is beautiful. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do before moving on to the eyes is just spritz my face with the Rosen Rose Water Face Dew. And you guys can see this actually has a clear separation of the rose hip oil as well as the rose water. So you want to make sure you just like mix it up really good. This is a clean beauty brand and I'm very excited to try other products from them too. So I'm just going to close my eyes and spray my face like this. And this is just going to like kind of blend all of the powders and the creams into one another and just makes it like everything glows so beautifully. Okay, so I just adjusted the lighting. The sun is going in and out. This is like the whole thing when you film in natural light. I mean, I'm filming in a combination of natural and studio, but the sun is going in and out and I don't know if you guys will notice. Anyway, let's move on to the eyes, and I do have quite a few different eyeshadows to share here. So the first one is from a brand called Raine. This is the Berry Cute palette. I'm actually gonna go in with this lip bar quad here, and I'm gonna use this brown shade. I'm gonna get on a small little brush like this, and I'm just gonna kind of keep it towards the end of my eye. You guys know the whole story with Lip Bar. So they were on Shark Tank, and they actually did not get a deal. But look at the incredible brands that they have created. And a lot of people don't actually deal well with rejection. I used to be one of those too. I used to like not be good with rejection, but I have come to learn over the years that rejection means redirection. I know that's like such a cliche thing to say, but it really, you have to like learn how to, you know, accept rejection and be good with it, because that is part of life. And I get rejected on a daily basis, and that's okay, because a lot of things that I actually wish would have happened in the past that didn't, I'm actually so grateful that it didn't work out. So I don't know, like I just really want to encourage you guys to get good with rejection. Take a look at, you know, the Lip Bar and their story. I mean, they literally created such an incredible brand after they got rejected, you know, on a huge show. So that's very inspiring. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Loveberry from Raine. Let me just use a mirror here actually. And I'm gonna just pop that right on top and blend it in like this. I'm gonna go in with this liquid eyeshadow again from the Lip Bar. This is in the shade It Girl. And I think I'm gonna apply this kind of like all over the lid like this, and then blend this out with my fingers. Ooh, that's so pretty. This little Pat McGrath, what is this called again? Chromalux Highlight Cream. And I guess it's one of those creams that you can use all over your face. I'm taking the tiniest bit because I just tried it on the back of my hand and it is so pigmented. So I'm just taking a little bit and applying this in the inner corner of my eyes. So I took a little break, did my hair, also finished my eyes, did lashes, mascara, all of that, and I added this beautiful purple shade right here from the Raine palette on the lower lash line. And that really completes this look. I love how it turned out, but of course we do have to apply some lipstick here. So I'm going to start off with the Lip Bar Smudge Proof Lip Liner, and I'm just going to quickly line my lips with this. I would honestly say that this lip liner is the perfect nude shade for my skin tone. But anyway, to really quickly fill in my lips, I think I'm going to use one of these Mented lipsticks. I'm going to use the shade Peach Please and just quickly apply that all over my lips. Look how beautiful this shade is. Mented has such nice lipsticks for my skin tone. Definitely recommend checking them out for sure. And then the last thing I want to do is actually apply another lipstick on top, just a little bit from Uoma Beauty. This is the lipstick right here in the shade Maya. This is like a cooler nude. I feel like mixing it with the orange from Mented actually makes it like such a unique shade. I actually also have to discuss this really quickly. So the founder of Uoma Beauty actually started this nonprofit organization called Pull Up for Change. And it says it is, like I said, a nonprofit organization fighting for economic opportunities for Black people. I think they were really focused on the beauty community, and they wanted beauty brands to release the numbers of Black employees within their organization. I want to say only on the corporate level, but I could be wrong. And I have to say, like, looking at those numbers, I was shocked, but then I really wasn't, because I meet brands all the time. I mean, this is obviously pre-quarantine, but like almost every single day I would meet a different beauty brand, whether it was color cosmetics, skincare, hair care, body care. You know, I would always meet brands, and the lack of diversity in the industry is real. You know, and I would say this to brands all the time, like, you need to hire people. You need a diverse group of people on the back end. There are definitely a few brands that I have met that have such a diverse team on the, you know, on the back end, and you see that reflected in their campaigns, in the types of influencers they work with, you know, on their social media accounts. And like I said, I was very shocked to see a lot of these numbers come up on Pulled for Change on the Instagram page, especially when brands started releasing them. But then I also wasn't, because being, you know, part of the industry and meeting brands, like, you see it firsthand, you know? And I hope with Pull Up for Change and everything happening in our country right now, brands are promising to hire more diverse people on their teams, and I really hope that's the case. Anyway, guys, that is today's video. I know this was kind of long, but I really wanted to highlight these incredible brands for you guys. I will be linking everything in the description box below. Definitely check them out. If you are gonna already purchase a foundation or a concealer or an eyeshadow palette or a sunscreen or whatever, you know, I hope that you would consider purchasing from these brands, because they're high quality, great products, and they work so beautifully for my skin. Okay, now I'm gonna go have some lunch and kind of just get some work done, but I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!